At the beginning of the story we see Emmeline and Dean. Emmeline is the most beautiful and intelligent girl in the college. On the other hand, Dean is a very mean boy. A lot of the college boys had a crush on Emmeline, and Dean used to sit all alone because he didn't have any friends. By the way, Dean also likes Emmeline a lot. He likes her, but never had the courage to propose to Emmeline. Then we see that Professor Christensen, who tells the children in the class that now you guys should quickly go to the island and prepare a nice school for the local people there, and this is your project, so do it carefully, otherwise I will give you very low marks. Now they have only 1 day's time to go to their Iceland. So the same night a friend of Emmeline comes to her who asks her to go to a party. At first Emmeline refuses him, but after much persuasion she agrees, and she too goes to the boat party. Dean had also come to this party. Party is adult, in which drugs are also there. That's why there is a raid on this boat. Everyone gets drunk, and everyone here they start running there, and in this stampede poor Emmeline falls into the sea and Dean jumps in the water. Now Dean and Emmeline in that ship, they sit on a small boat tied behind it, and Dean cuts the rope as soon as he sits on the boat because now he too is feeling scared because of the police have caught. They can be jailed and maybe their future can also be spoiled. Now Dean goes to start the engine, but he sees that there is no engine inside this boat, and by then the police and the ship would have also left, and now they stay here alone with air. There is only water everywhere. Then after a while it starts raining heavily here, because of which very big and deep waves start forming in the sea. Then somehow they'd both spend their night on the same boat. The next morning when both of them open their eyes, they see an island, seeing which both of them start going towards that island. While in the classroom there, Professor Christensen learns that Emmeline and Dean have disappeared from that ship avoiding these rocks here. Finally this island, but Dean gets a flare gun from the boat, from which he takes it, and now both of them start going inside the island, which it is very beautiful and very cute to look at. Now they slowly roam the whole island, and finally they go to the highest point of the island, from where the only water was visible in the distance. For this reason these people had now agreed that now both of us would never be able to go back from here. After roaming around the whole island, both of them come back to the beach, where come to see that his boat has disappeared from there. Actually they did not tie the boat, that's why the oceanways took that boat with them somewhere in the ocean. Slowly the night falls, and now both of them light the fire and sit comfortably at one place. Emmeline checking her phone. Is it that maybe the network would have come in it now, but Alyssa network did not come in his phone. On the other hand, in the college the parents of these two put a lot of pressure on Christensen and say the find our children quickly or else we will file a case against your college. Then the next morning Dean goes swimming, where Emmeline sees Dean nude for the first time, and seeing his physical body she becomes quite attracted towards him. After this she builds a wooden house for her living and eats the fruits grown on the tree there to fill her stomach. And now while spending time together in this way both of them became very good friends. One day while walking down the beach Dean saw a human skeleton is visible. M9 would see him too, and she very scared to see Dean tells Annalie not to be afraid, and anyway it's just there is a skeleton, and with this both of them become intimate. Then the next morning when Emmeline wakes up, so he doesn't see Dean anywhere, so she goes inside the island to find him, where she finds Dean who was digging a hole. Actually Dean put that skeleton in this pit, wants to be buried inside. Emmeline tells Dean, are you out of your mind? Why did you come here leaving me alone there? Dean says you were sleeping, so I didn't want to disturb your sleep during the conversation, and the line falls down and injures her knee. Dean takes Emmeline underwater so he can clean her wound. After this, after coming to the beach, Dean took Emmeline to his mom. Tells about, he says that my mom died in a car accident, and Dean himself because of that accident. For this reason he used to remain isolated and silent. But Dean is very happy after coming to this island. Elsewhere in a city, Emmeline and Dean's parents try their best to find their children. They also send a rescue team to find their children in the sea. They send a helicopter, run advertisements about his disappearance on news channels, and also put up his posters and templates in some cities. But even after doing all this they do not know about their children, and one day Emmeline and Dean are too deep inside the island. Only then they would hear the sound of a helicopter, hearing which Dean comes running out, but unfortunately by the time he comes out that helicopter is already long gone. Then Emmeline also comes there, who asks Dean, why didn't you fire flare guns? So Dean tells that I searched for flare gun, that I could not find it. Then when these two people find that flare gun they come to know that not only flare gun but many of their things are missing, like Emmeline's toothpaste, water bottle, etc. Because of the disappearance of all these things Emmeline was getting very angry, and she gets very angry at Dean and shouts, at all this had happened because of you. who had separated the boat, and now we are stuck here. Then one day Dean hears a voice that he goes after him to see. That's why a Black Panther comes in front of him and in the line also goes behind him. Now Dean runs very fast in the forest to save his life from him, but after going some distance his leg gets stuck in a branch and he falls, and only then Black Panther also attacks him. That's why Emmeline also reaches there. While running she sees that Dean has killed that Black Panther. And seeing this in his life comes to life. Then one day when these two people were sitting under a tree, a bottle of water and their toothpaste fell on them from above. Means a naughty monkey was sitting above. Monkey throws everything but does not throw flare gun, which is a lifeline for both of them. Then Emmeline picks up a banana and Dallas the monkey, and the monkey he falls for one of Emmeline's bananas and throws down the flare gun. Emmeline fires it into the air as soon as she gets the flare gun. Makes it. Dean says, "What have you done now? How will we get out of here? If someone comes to help us now, how will we give a signal to him on this?" Emmeline says, "You leave it. You even try to get out of here. You are not doing. I am doing something." Then a few days later he was given a helicopter. The sound is heard. Both of them come running to the beach, and this time this helicopter spots both of them and brings them home. Everyone is very happy on coming home. Then one day Dean comes to Emmeline's house and talks about his love for her, but during those talks Dean understands that now Annie Lane has no interest left in him, and the night Dean to a party invites. Dean goes to the party, but Emmeline doesn't meet him in a special way, so Dean goes straight from there to his mom's grave. After a few days there is a party again. Emmeline sees Dean getting wet in the rain outside. Emmeline runs up to him and the two share a passionate kiss, and with this headless story ends.